everyone, welcome to the stream. This is Twinning with Rice and Cookie. I'm Rice.
And I'm Cookie, and today we are playing more of Fire Emblem, the Sacred Stones. We're actually going to beat it this time.
Yeah, we were supposed to beat it. We were supposed to beat it last time, but due to the game always taking longer than we anticipate,
but also
we did not beat it.
I didn't realize. I thought there were only 20 chapters, but there's 21 chapters. So we did the 20th chapter last time. This is the final chapter, as it says right here. So we will definitely finish today.
Oh, so did you finish chapter 20 on your own then?
Yeah, I just finished it about an hour ago because I did look ahead just like online to see, what's going on. Like, is it just one like quick thing or is it like a full battle? And so it turns out it's a full battle.
Gotcha.
What am I doing? Is that good? Argus? Is that good? Oh, you have to talk. Sorry, Argus is trying to fine-tune the sound. He's checking your volume.
Is my volume good?
I don't know. Is it good, Argus?
Echo.
Sounds good. Okay.
All right, sounds good.
All right, so... Sorry, I'm just backing up. The screen is just so big. Okay.
Oh, I've never seen it. Oh, did you guys move your keyboard?
Yeah, so right now it's on the green couch over there because Argus was doing some soldering.
I actually practiced piano today, which I haven't practiced since my last lesson, which was like 2 weeks ago. And I think I am officially going to take a break from lessons because it's just way too hard in the summer.
Yeah.
Because I want to do all these other things, and then I'm like, oh, but I'm not ready for my piano lesson. So I don't know. It just doesn't seem to work with summer activities.
Yeah. I understand that.
Yeah, but I did play a little bit today, so that was kind of nice. Walked the dog, and I played with her at lunchtime.
That's nice. I actually took an extra long lunch today because... So I signed up to volunteer with the Department of Health.
Is that where you had to talk to people on the phone?
Well, so that was the Department of Labor. But so for this one, because before I would there was a list of people where we needed their information. So I had to call those people and ask them things. But this time with the Department of Health, it's more like I am the hotline. I mean, among other people. So people call in asking about coronavirus things. And so then I have a script. And it's oh, if they ask about this, you gotta you have to handle it in whatever way they tell you.
Yeah, because I got a couple emails about, one was about volunteering where you go to the airport and when people come back, you ask them a whole bunch of questions.
Yeah, I saw that and I was I don't think I really want to go to the airport.
Yeah, I was I don't want to do this. It seems like too much exposure.
Yeah.
And then the other one was... I think it was a phone call thing, but I opted to not do that one. But I probably should volunteer for one of these things if another opportunity comes up. I've just been doing my own work, being in my own little world.
Yeah, I mean, the last time I had volunteered, in total, I didn't really volunteer that much time because it was a pretty short time that they needed us.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of just figured, because as it was, I know I had volunteered during my work hours for 2 hours. I mean, you have to get, your supervisor's approval. But then I had also volunteered, one Saturday, I had volunteered, 3 hours. But the thing is, the trick is you don't want to get overtime pay because you have to, get written approval and it's a whole, thing to do.
Yeah.
So you want to just work enough extra so that you get the comp time. I didn't want to do that. Whatever.
And Kolchish is here. Hi, Kolchish.
Hi, Kolchish.
Thank you for the well wishing.
Yeah, we're gonna beat this today for real.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we'll move on to Donkey Kong, which actually I realized like probably 5 minutes before we started streaming, like as I was still eating my dinner, I realized that we should probably figure out logistically how that works so that we're not figuring it out on stream.
We should do that for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, did I do anything else this week?
We canned.
Well, yeah, that was on the weekend though. I was trying to think of like things during the week this week.
I see.
We didn't go golfing because we rained out.
Because why?
Our golf league was on. We got rained out.
Okay.
The course was apparently the course is like half an hour away, maybe 40 minutes, and probably half hour. But they apparently got way more rain than what we did, so the course was flooded. And they're like, oh, we might open up in a couple hours, but it's like, well, I'm not going to come back in a couple hours.
Yeah.
So, and luckily we got the text when we were maybe 10 minutes out. And so we're like, well, guess we're turning around. So
yeah, that stinks.
Yeah. So then we're just like, well, what do we do with the rest of our day? Because, you know, we're so used to having Monday golf that it was weird having all that extra time. Yeah, so over the weekend, Cookie and we spent Sunday, all day Sunday, canning. So
and we didn't even really get that much to show for it. You know,
I know.
That's the thing that like gets me.
Well, the cherries took forever to pick. So Cookie was making jam. She made mixed berry and raspberry jalapeno. And then I was making cherries and a honey syrup. And I've tested the sour cherries or the tart cherries, and they're just a strange texture. So, but I actually think they're pretty good. But yeah, I don't know. It depends on how other things turn out this year to determine whether or not I want to make them again.
Okay.
So I'm thinking this is like our year to figure everything out, see what we like, and then in future years we can pick and choose the things we liked best.
Yeah, I agree. Because as I keep saying all the time, I feel like it's my catchphrase. It's like for this summer, it's like what else? Like we're not going to be going to museums or like doing like traveling. So it's like we may as well use our time to can and get experience. Stock up the pantry. But the exciting news as far as canning goes is my glass lidded one's sealed, and it's pretty excited.
Yeah, we did have 3 lids fail out of the Tatler lids, and I just don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I think there's something on my camera. I don't think that worked. Give me a sec. I had like a little white dot on me.
You're giving everyone a very nice tour of the room you're in.
Oh, it didn't work. Whatever.
Yes, this is the final chapter, Blossom. We're gonna beat it today for real.
When this game is done, that means COVID's over, right? I know. That was what I was originally hoping.
Yeah.
Cookie, do you see that white dot on me?
On you? I do see it. It does look like a cursor, though. It's just a mouse. It's my mouse. That's my... Sorry.
Here I was rubbing my camera.
I'm so sorry.
Something on it.
Yeah, whoops, my bad.
Straight again. Okay. Well, mystery solved. That makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, I was originally hoping that coronavirus would end in the fall, but I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
So, kind of sucks.
Yeah. I feel like I'm just expecting it to last at least 2 years, maybe 5, something.
What? You think it's going to take that long?
I just want to be like super pessimistic so that when it turns out better than that, then I'm like, oh, good. Instead of just being like, oh my gosh, 3 years, darn it.
I'm hoping for like next January.
I mean, that'd be cool. I'm just not going to count on it.
We should all make bets. And whoever wins can get a dozen homemade cookies from Rice and Cookie. Culture says even the vaccine won't put a stop to it because idiots won't get vaccinated. That's true.
Yeah. But maybe people will. Maybe, right?
Yeah, maybe they're like, oh, and this is the reason why people always want to get vaccinated.
But maybe they'll think, that... Because some people think coronavirus isn't real. So, I mean, maybe there's people like that, and then they're like, why get a vaccine, for nothing? I don't know.
Well, I will be getting vaccinated when it comes out.
Yes, me too.
And I will be happy about it, and then I can continue my life like normal. But yeah, this is pretty awful. Though I did today, sorry, complete change of topic.
No, that's okay.
Earlier today, I started reading a book that Mom had left at my house.
Okay.
So it's called We Were the Lucky Ones. And it's because, Mom likes her historical books.
Yeah.
So this book is a World War II book, and the author is a grandchild of a guy who lived through the Holocaust. So, I don't know if she just, interviewed her grandpa for a long time, but, it's written pretty well, so she has a good amount of detail, whether or not she just made that detail up or, her grandpa told her the detail.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not very far. I'm only 2 chapters in, and the chapters are short, so not far at all. But I'm interested to see how it is. Because I haven't read a book in a while. I mean, I've read a lot of books during this whole.
Yeah, I was gonna say you just read the Warriors of the.
Oh, that's true.
Book.
No, but I finished that a week ago. It seems like a long time. Actually, I rented. It's on hold right now. But the next Kyoshi book, The Shadows of Kyoshi, I have that. I'm supposed to get it in 3 weeks, I think.
Okay.
Wow, monster.
I know. I'm still reading Catching Fire of the Hunger Games.
Okay.
And, I didn't remember. So in the book, it takes 3/4 of the way through the book to even get to the Hunger Games.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't remember it taking so long. It's it's like in Harry Potter when you're all like, when are they going to get to Hogwarts? It's the same thing. It's taking forever. I mean, they're in the Hunger Games now, but the whole time I was like, wow, when are the games going to start?
I do kind of remember that because so my roommate at the time, she said that she's like, oh, you're reading Catching Fire? She's like, I love the, what's it called? The arena.
Yeah.
She's like, I love the arena for Catching Fire. I was like, oh, well, they're not in the games yet. But, the arena is pretty cool.
It is.
Didn't PETA have a hard time swimming?
Well, yeah, he doesn't swim. So Finnick went and fetched him.
That's right. Good old Finnick.
Yeah. But so it's going good. But definitely I like the first one better.
Yeah.
So I wasn't totally locked in on that until this reading through. I mean, I've only read through them once before now, so.
Yeah, I should reread them. But I'm going to finish this We Were the Lucky Ones. And then I'm going to read the second Kyoshi book before I get to Hunger Games.
Okay.
Other happenings this past weekend is Sue Tiger and we went golfing. So we went to this course that's maybe like 45 minutes away. I had gone there once last year and remember thinking, this is a nice course. And it's pretty affordable compared to courses that are closer to here because it's a little more out of the way. We played pretty well, even though it was pretty hot. And we got paired with this older guy and his either son or nephew. And we got lucky because sometimes when you get paired up with random people in golf, they're like really awful or annoying or just like terrible people. But
terrible people?
Well, like people who you don't want to spend 18 holes with.
Yeah.
Golf is a long game, and if you're with bad people or people that you're just not that
they don't want to spend time with, kind of thing.
Yeah. So this older guy and his, I'm gonna call him his son. I thought he was the son, but Sue Tiger thought it was the nephew. But so we played with them, and it was a good time. It took us a while. It basically took up the majority of the day on Saturday, and then canning took all day on Sunday.
Yeah.
So, that was our weekend.
Yeah. Well, for me on Saturday, me and Argus were going to go to the beach. And so the thing is, at this point, I didn't really even care about going to the beach, but it's just the fact that I know in April, I think I really wanted to go to the beach. So it was kind of more like because I wanted to, but never got around to it. So we went to the beach. We there's a little bit of a walk to get to the water from where the parking lot is. And then we saw the beach, and even when we were walking in, we overheard some people saying wow, it was so crowded in there. And then we're like, okay, well, let's just see it for ourselves. And then it was very crowded. And then it always shocks me how few people are wearing masks as they're walking around. So because we were wearing our masks, and then we decided, it's too crowded, we better head back. So but we did get lunch while we were down there because we figured for beach day, it's a hot dog or taco kind of day. So we got a couple hot dogs and a burger. I got fries and a milkshake too. First hot dog I've had in ages. But pretty good.
I'm planning to get ice cream on Friday, and I'm really excited because I haven't gone out for ice cream in a long time.
I feel like I went I went last Wednesday. That's right. Yeah, I went.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like you went recently.
Yeah.
Because, I've ordered 2 of those mystery boxes, but there's something different about eating in person or while you're outside and walking compared to eating ice cream
just
inside.
At home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to get ice cream eating there. Though we had also gotten ice cream back near the beginning of this whole thing. I guess it wasn't the beginning. It was maybe in early June, maybe, that we got ice cream.
Okay.
But that's still a long time ago. It's almost August.
Yeah, that's a while.
Which means that our car is coming soon.
Hey. That's good.
We haven't gotten word yet, but it's gotta be soon because they told us 6 to 8 weeks and we went in mid-June. So it's It's gonna happen. Maybe by our next stream, or maybe the stream after that, we'll finally have it. Oh, though I was gonna say, last Friday, one of our friends came over and we played more tennis.
Okay.
And we watched another episode of Mandalorian, and we watched 2 more episodes of Kyoshi. Avatar. So we're 4 episodes in now. And we watched the Kyoshi episode.
Yeah.
Which I'm not a fan of, but
they just showed it too many times.
I know.
As a rerun.
It's an okay episode. And actually, after reading the Kyoshi book, I'm like more okay with the episode, because I'm like, you know, looking at her warrior paint and stuff. So, yeah, so it's all right.
Yeah, I agree. It's all right.
Yeah. When I played with Ripley in the yard earlier, we played a couple of training games.
That sounds fun.
Well, it's just like one game. So it's just a simple sit-stay. So, but she has to resist the urge to chase me, because as I'm having her sit-stay, I run away. And a couple times she's chasing me. I'm like, you gotta sit.
You gotta sit and stay.
Yeah, so that I would run away, and then once I got sufficiently far away, I'd tell her okay, and then she would come running to me, and I grabbed a handful of kibble from the breakfast that she didn't eat, and then I gave her kibble as a reward.
And she's like, I could have gotten this at any time during the day.
I know. She's not really food motivated. So, I mean, she likes her treats, but it's like, if we're doing lots of training, I don't want to give her tons and tons of treats, because it's not good for her.
Yeah.
So I've seen some people for training, they use kibble. I'm like, well, I might as well try it, because she didn't eat breakfast, because maybe she's hungry. And I mean, it was working well enough. She was going after it, but the thing is, so I did buy this, this dog training video, and it's like all virtual. There are these British people who do dog training, and like, because I had told Steve Tanger, I'm like, oh, I'm considering this, and he's like, don't do it. So I'm like, okay, I won't. And then like a few weeks later, and then I saw like another ad for it on Facebook, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna just go for it. So yes, I bought it, and so one of the dog games in that is you have a piece of kibble, and you kind of have your legs like out a little bit so that the dog can run between your legs, you know, assuming your dog is small enough.
Yeah.
Because they say like, oh, if your dog is too big, they can just kind of like go to the side of you. But so basically you are facing your dog, and you throw a piece of dog food through your legs behind you, and then they're supposed to go run and chase it. And so it's supposed to like, it's supposed to be like, oh, the dog gets rewarded for like going out, but then coming back, kind of thing.
Okay.
Because the training series I bought, it's like a off-leash training. So it's supposed to be like, so your dog comes back better and, you know, like is better when it's off leash.
Yeah.
So I tried playing that game with her kibble, and it did not work.
Okay.
I think for that I need to pull out the big guns like popcorn.
Oh yeah.
I think she would definitely do it.
Do you still have those really good dog treats that she really likes?
No, because I bought those where we were doing agility training. And since we haven't been able to do agility training since March,
yeah,
I don't have those. But I have started buying treats off Amazon. They're I bought her salmon treats, and she likes them pretty well. But the thing is, they're like a bigger treat, and so I don't really want to use so many of those for her.
Yeah,
because I think it might mess up her digestive system. And Linux is here. Hello. How's it going?
Hello.
Hi.
We're good.
Yeah.
Same old mostly.
Yeah, same old every week, basically on repeat. Oh, you're pretty
awesome.
awesome.
Whoa.
So what's so awesome? We are finishing up Fire Emblem.
Yes,
Sacred
we're finishing
Thrones,
today.
which is pretty exciting because we've been playing this for all of coronavirus.
The whole
basically.
time since like mid-March.
Has it been that long?
I guess maybe. I think it was the end of March is when we started.
Yeah, because we didn't play anything else in this time, did we?
I played Abzu that one day.
Oh, that's right.
But I think that was the very
diving.
first game we played, and then we switched to this one.
Okay. Oh, is this Cass?
Yeah, it's Cass.
Keep forgetting what your name is. Nice. Yeah, I can't remember the last time you were watching either. Well, congratulations on getting a job in game development. That's awesome. Sleeps all day in his bed most days, doing nothing and get paid.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Especially like looking for jobs like in this job market too, like it's not an easy thing. So
no, definitely not.
Yeah, so getting a job doing what you're training to do, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And he's a fast worker. Yeah, see, when I am working fast, which isn't usual, but sometimes I read while I'm working as like a reward or a break from doing my work. Because it's not like I can talk to people. Because, you know, at work, sometimes people just come up and talk to you for half an hour, and it's like, I can't really do that at home. So I just read. Finish games before deadline and then has nothing to do. Yep. Nice. Yeah, I read my book, and I might sometimes, I was thinking since I have that, you know, since I bought that dog training thing, I might train Ripley a little bit in my off time.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Really get a better bond.
Yeah.
I mean, she's already pretty good, but like, I don't know. I thought the training games would be fun because it's training games that we've never played before. So it's like, you know, I mean, my sit-stay thing is good for a while, but she would get bored of it after a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So Cass, I bought this dog training video. It initially, like when these people first started, they were selling DVDs, but they don't do that anymore because people don't use DVDs all that much. So yes, it's a digital video, and they have all these different training games for your dog. So it's all about playing games so that your dog learns to be more responsive to you, and then also like to be better behaved. So I mean, I'm really trying to make her not jump on people, but that's not part of this training.
Every time I go over, she she jumps on me.
Yeah, so I try, and the new thing I'm trying now is I'm trying to get her to sit, even though there's someone new and exciting that should be jumped on. So, I mean, it's a work in progress. But she's a good dog. Good doggy. Oh, thanks, Linux. I'll call you Linux from now on. Or should I call you Cass?
You should call him Cass.
Cass, okay. Well, we were actually talking, Steve Tiger was talking to our next door neighbor because he told us, oh, this is something that happened on Monday. Not good.
Oh, no.
So we were just like watching TV, like kind of right before bed, and Steve Tiger looked out the back window and saw that one of the stupid deer, which I like the deer usually, all three deer, so the mom and her two fawns, they all broke into our garden.
Oh
and
no!
They ate all of my tomatoes.
That's so sad.
I was so upset because I'm like,
I'm sure the deer were really excited about it.
oh, I'm sure they were. And so then Sea Tiger ran outside and chased them away. And they were like really clumsy as he was chasing them away. Probably drunk off my tomatoes. Because like the thing is, I had this Roma tomato plant I bought, and like it takes longer for Roma tomatoes to become ripe than the cherry tomatoes. So I had like, Roma tomatoes maybe this big, and there were like maybe 6 or 7 of them, and they were all green. So I'm like, sitting there waiting for them to turn red, and they ate all of them. And then the cherry tomatoes, there were so many that were on the vine. Granted, I had just picked as many as I could that were red. There were still so many that were green, so I'm like, oh, well, I'll just wait until they turn red, and then I'll go out and pick them. But the deer ate the majority of those. Like, if we hadn't seen them, I'm sure they would have eaten them all. But luckily, some of the ones near the top of the plant are still there. But it was really heartbreaking.
That's really sad.
Yeah. So our next door neighbor, they are planning to build a fence between their yard and the neighbors on the other side, because that's a lot of times where the deer are coming from. Because they have lost a lot of their plants to the deer this year. So they're like, we're tired of it. And then we were thinking about asking our next door neighbor, like, hey, what do you think about putting a fence between our 2 yards as well, and we will split the cost with you. And then we're like, and then for us to finish fencing off our yard, we would just have to do that front part. It's not really that big because the house blocks most of it. But then we're like, well, then our house would be fully fenced in, and we could potentially get a second dog.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is that like in the cards?
It's potentially in the cards, but I mean, it would depend, because the thing is, like, if we're going out of town, it's a lot easier for us to be like, hey, could you watch our 1 dog, compared to, hey, could you watch our 2 dogs? Or if we're taking them with us, it's like, buckling in the 1 dog, buckling in the second dog, and if, they would take up 2 seats instead of just 1.
Right.
Even as it is, Ripley sometimes takes up 2 seats. But yeah, so I don't know. It's something that we keep waffling between. Also, then what breed would we get?
Yeah.
And also, you got to make sure that they play good together.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's something. But yeah, and Culture says, "Dang deer." Yeah, I was so mad. Because like the tomatoes are the one thing that I'm really excited about for the garden. And it's just sad that most of them are gone. Though I will say, because we planted cucumber this year, and we have been getting a good amount of cucumber, so that's been nice. But yeah, and I'm not going to do cilantro again because those plants died. I think it's too hot.
Did I tell you that, so I've been growing chamomile so that I could like make tea, and my chamomile plant started dying, and I've tried like different things and nothing seems to be working to like fix it. So just every single day that passes, it's like more and more brown from it dying.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah, I don't know what to do to fix it. So as it is, I just kind of keep trying to do what I'm doing, but do it better.
Yeah. Well, our one of the plants that's doing really well is our basil plant. So I'm thinking about making more pesto and making like another pesto pasta dish for next week.
Okay. That sounds good.
I just finished pesto, because I had made a batch of pesto a little while ago, and I just finished it a few days ago, and I'm like, well, there's still more basil, so I should pick more. But yeah, darn deer. And so I was looking up ways to deter deer from eating your plants. So they say you can put like, one of the toxic sprays on your plants. And I'm like, I don't want to do that because for one, I don't want to contaminate my plants. And for two, I just don't want to do that because it then would contaminate my soil.
Right.
And then potentially the groundwater and everything else. Actually, likely the groundwater. So,
fun fact, like pesticides and stuff, it mostly just sticks to the soil and it doesn't get into the groundwater.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
But because of that, with like orchards and stuff, they can be really contaminated in terms of like just like the surface soil, just because they have to spray them like a lot. So like if they're going to like develop on an orchard, like a former orchard, they've got to like get rid of a lot of soil because it covers such a big area.
Interesting.
Yep. Fun fact.
So another option, and this is the option that I was looking into the most, is that you can make a hot sauce spray. So like you use basically a tablespoon of hot sauce to a cup of water, or not a cup, a gallon. Is that right? No, a cup. 1 to 16. So yeah,
Okay.
1 tablespoon to a cup. So you use hot sauce to water, and then you can spray your plants. But the thing with that is, so the deer don't like the spiciness, I guess, or they don't like the smell. But the issue with doing that is every time it rains, you have to spray them again. And I'm like, granted, it hasn't been raining very much. But the thing is, when we water our garden, since we don't have the drip irrigation system that I want, we just have the sprinkler. So every time I watered the garden, I would have to spray that afterwards.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, it sounds like too much work.
And you go through a lot of hot sauce.
Right. So I'm thinking we'll just let it be for this year, and maybe next year we're thinking about building a sturdier fence. One that'll keep the deer out.
All right. That sounds pretty good.
Because we have the deer netting fence, but it's not because they broke in at the point where we have my little door, which I just have a couple hooks and I undo the hooks every time. Yeah, so we just need a better door system, but then to get the better door system, we probably have to redo everything. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that was a bummer. Chris Player's here. He says hi. Hi, Chris. How's everything going? Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, he must not like Fire Emblem like no one does, apparently.
Like everybody else.
Oh my gosh. Poor Fire Emblem. I'm sure lots of people like the games. It's just maybe for watching it's not the best.
Yeah. Well, we're doing all right. We're just finishing Fire Emblem, and then we'll be on to a different game, which is big because we've been playing this since March. Yeah, we're doing good, doing our own little routine things. We have our things that we kind of do every week, so it's just that on an endless loop.
Yep, the weeks blur into months, and then eventually maybe a year. I don't know.
No, I was actually just looking at the date because the days just kind of pass. And I've almost been at my job for a year.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy because, back in March, it was I've been here a little over 6 months, but now it's just I only have another week or two until it's been a year.
you know, it's pretty crazy that you'll have worked, like, you know, at DOT for like at home almost the same amount of time that you've worked in the office.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm not at that point yet, though.
Yeah.
But I will say it is nice not having to drive to the office every day. Because I do go in once a week, and that one time a week, I'm like, wow, this is annoying. Well, because the thing is, like, I have to work a little, or I have to wake up a little earlier, got to do the drive, and so you lose an hour from the drive out of your day, so just, it's kind of annoying. Thanks for the hype elephant, Chris. Yeah, I have to go into the office tomorrow. This week is a Thursday week. Next week's a Friday week. Because I alternate Thursdays and Fridays.
I will say though, at least like you're going into the office, as lame as it sounds, like it gives you a place to go.
That's true.
It's like, yeah, you could always like go out to a restaurant or something, but then it's like, oh, but it's your free time. So maybe you want to just like stay home and not.
Yeah.
I work at home every day, and I think in general the pros outweigh the cons, but definitely like I think the weeks blur even more so.
Yeah, I think going into like, because back when this whole thing started, people are like, oh, what do you think about working from home? Do you like it? And whatever. And I was like, you know, I like it, but I do think going into the office still has some value. So like, I think a partial schedule where you're either working from home 2 days a week or going into the office 2 days a week, you know, something like that, I think I would be happy with. But so the one day I go in, I've been lucky because the past 2 times I've gone in, one of my friends is there. So I talked to her, and, you know, it's like those office conversations that you don't get at home. So it's like I ended up talking to her for probably half an hour, and it's like, well, there goes half an hour of work. So, yeah, because she had to get a new car too, because her lease ran up. So she got another lease. Because I told her that I was looking at cars too, but she has her car already because, you know, she didn't have to wait 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, though they did schedule one guy at work who, like, he's kind of a talker. If you, you know, like talks a little too long, you know. But he's scheduled for all the days that I'm scheduled, so I see him all the time too. So I mean, it's okay though. And the thing is, my floor is so deserted that, like, there's maybe, depending on the day, like 5 to 10 of us on the floor.
Yeah.
And there's no one near me at all. So I actually feel pretty safe at work. I mean, still, you don't really want to touch anything besides what's at your desk.
Right.
That's the only downside. And anytime you want to get up from your desk, you have to wear a mask.
Yeah. Which is like, okay, then I guess I'll just really try to avoid leaving my desk.
Well, but I still try and get up like twice an hour so that I can walk a lap and get some steps in. But every time I do that, I'm like, okay, gotta mask up.
Yeah, I was, so for today, like, I climb the stairs in my apartment building every day, just like twice to get myself moving. And I was just, like, I had read some article online that's all like, oh, the coronavirus, like, aerosols from people exhaling can just be in the air for like 3 hours. And I'm like, should I not be climbing the stairs?
Really?
Yeah, and so it made me like super paranoid about everything. So I don't know, like, at this point I am still climbing the stairs because I think overall, I mean, there's 20 units in our building, so like maybe up to 40 people, but I think most people are working from home. So I'm just kind of like counting on the fact that people aren't infected and that most people don't even leave their apartment.
Well, the thing is too, our county is still doing pretty well.
Yeah.
as far as coronavirus cases go. So that's what whenever I do things outside of the house, I'm always like, well, at least we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
At least we're not like Florida, or California's been going way up too.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that Texas was going up, but I think they got stricter about their masks and stuff. So
Okay.
I saw that cases were starting to go down, but I don't know if that's still the case.
Okay. Well, that's good at least.
But yeah, it seems like New York and New England are doing pretty well. And I looked at that. So we were invited to a wedding. Well, actually, no, that was something we did last weekend too. On Saturday, we went to a virtual wedding.
Okay.
I think I already told you about this, Cookie. But See You Tiger and I, our wedding was called out during the ceremony.
That's right. Yeah, you were mentioning in the ceremony.
Yeah, which is like sad because basically the groom, so he's See You Tiger's friend from college. So like a lot of their other friends got married before us, so it wasn't like just our wedding, but like after our wedding, that kind of made the groom, like, this was 3 years ago, but it made him pretty sad and depressed that he didn't have anybody. So, but yeah, so in the ceremony, the officiant was like, oh, and in July of 2017, after going to his friend Bob's wedding, and so we're like, oh, oops, that's our wedding.
That's okay.
But
it's not your fault.
So I'm happy that he found his wife, and they had a cute little ceremony, and they're doing, so they did the ceremony this year, but they postponed the big reception for next summer.
I think that's a good way to go.
Yeah, so, and I told See You Tiger, I'm like, if we were getting married this summer, I think that's what I would want to do too, because you don't want to like put your life on hold just because you can't have a whole bunch of people together to get married.
Yeah, that's one of my friends. I was gonna go to her wedding at the end of May, and so it was obviously canceled, but like with a indefinite postponed day.
Okay.
So, I mean, honestly, like they could go ahead and like still get married, because that's what I would do, and then just have a reception later. But not for everyone, I guess.
So, and I'm really looking forward to going to that one, because it's near Ithaca.
Oh, okay.
So I want to like swing by Ithaca, maybe go to Coston Bagels, But I mean, we'll see. We'll see if I can convince See You Tiger that we should do that. But yeah, so we went to that wedding, virtually. And then we got invited to another wedding, and this wedding is it's in Cincinnati. And so I'm like, well, should we wait until, because they said RSVPs were due like maybe August 12th or something. So I'm like, should we wait until the last minute to decide if we want to go? Because like if Ohio's cases, get more under control and they're not put on the do not travel list, we could potentially go. And then I'm like, but even if they're like, I think we should just not go, because even if Ohio isn't put on that list, then, someone still could have COVID there, and then we would bring it back with us. And I'm like, I don't want to deal with that. So, we haven't canceled, or we haven't RSVP'd yet, but we are likely going to soon.
Okay.
But yeah, so they're like, we are just going to go right on ahead with our wedding because we don't want to wait for coronavirus, and we've been planning for this.
Yeah.
So, which like, I can understand wanting to still get married and stuff, and planning a wedding is a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm glad that I'm not planning a wedding.
Yeah, I know. Because I can't even imagine too, like, because like not being able to do a honeymoon also and like go travel. That'd be very sad.
Yeah.
But as it is, I'm just kind of like, I mean, right now I'm kind of at peace with the fact that I can't travel for the next indefinite period of time. But I am very excited for the day that I can again.
Yeah.
But
I would say the same for me. Though we are still thinking about going to the Adirondacks and a New England road trip.
you know what?
But we'll see.
Well, so similar to how, I was really dying to go to the beach. So there was one day where I was just like, I really just want to go to like a water park, but that's not like just water slides, but like a big open space to swim that has like fun things you can do. So, okay, that's what I was working with. And so I was doing like all these Google searches, and I've come across a couple, like, it's exactly what I wanted. They're water parks where it's like, so there's a couple that are at like a quarry, and then there's one that's maybe just at a lake.
Okay.
But so the thing is, like, it has like inflatable things you can like climb on and stuff, and then one of them has like a rock wall you can climb up, and then you can jump off the top into the water.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
And they've got like these really long slides. There's one. Okay, so there's three. One of them's in Connecticut, and that's why that's what made me want to mention it. I think they are open right now, but like coronavirus, you got to be careful. So like, I don't know that I would go right now.
Yeah.
But for me, it's something I want to do in the future, like really bad. It looks like a lot of fun.
We could do that for our combined 30th birthday with our older sister.
If she'd be up for it.
Yeah. There is something.
Well, because so there's one in Connecticut, there's one in West Virginia, and then there's also one in Ohio. And the one that's in Ohio, it's actually like really close to where you used to live.
Really?
Yeah. And so I really want to check, because it's closer to where our dad lived for that 1 year.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyways, so my current plan is hopefully, because like usually for Memorial Day, we go to Columbus to see our family. So I'm currently thinking that maybe I'll take like the next Tuesday off after Memorial Day weekend. Again, sometime in the indefinite future. I don't know when. But yeah, I want to go and just try it out. I think that one looks like it's not as good as the other two, I don't think. But it still looks like it's worth checking out.
Well, and I was going to say with the Connecticut one, like we wouldn't be going because I imagine that's something you would want to do in the summer.
Yeah.
And we're planning on doing our road trip in the fall.
Okay, I think most of them are open from like Memorial Day to Labor Day.
Yeah, that's usually what it is.
Yeah.
I would imagine it'd be pretty cold.
Yeah.
Going in October. But yeah, I mean, that's assuming we can, find like good lodging and things to do and stuff. I know Sea Tiger was looking more into it than I haven't looked into it at all. But yeah, I was looking a little bit at Airbnbs in Lake Placid. And I mean, there are options available, but I don't know, some of them are really expensive, and I don't know, we haven't picked a weekend to go yet, so that's part of the issue too.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm currently planning to go, I want to do a long weekend and bike on the canal. I mean, not on top of the canal, but like the trail that's next door to it. But at this point, I just don't know, like, because I want to go when the weather's not super hot, like, and I might just have to wait till the fall to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, the summer has been hot.
Yeah. I mean, like, this whole current week doesn't seem too bad in general.
No. Yeah, compared to other weeks, it's much better.
But still, I feel like I would rather wait at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But I will go. I might be going camping, but I just don't know. Because so Argus's parents, they're like, oh, we're gonna go camping on these days, only in like a couple weeks, and they're like, you're welcome to join us and stuff. And they're going on like a Sunday night, so it's like I'd have to take Monday off. But like I was looking at my vacation time, and I just have like a ton because like I didn't go to Japan, and so
yeah, you haven't done a vacation since you've been at DOT, right?
No, that's not true. I did like a long weekend to go to Oregon for my brother-in-law's wedding.
Well, but you haven't done like a week-long trip.
I did my staycation week.
Oh, I forgot about
I don't know
your
that counts.
It counts. A
full
week is a lot of time, so
yeah.
I think it counts.
So I'm thinking about taking a day off to go camping, but then I'm like, but the bathroom facilities are like going to be contaminated. I'm just like, I don't know that like, I just don't know that it's a good idea. But I don't know. It's like, what are the odds? But like, do I really want to play an odds game?
Yeah. I was reading a blog post about, so my money podcast that I listened to, they had a guest speaker on. And so I was looking at her website or whatever it's called, the blog. And she had gotten COVID, and she was being super careful too. Like she was before everything around us was canceled and closed. She was like, people are like, oh, like let's go to the bar, and she's like, no, this COVID thing looks like it's going to be really bad. I'm not going to do it. But she still got it somehow.
Wow.
Yeah, and her, like I was reading her experience, and it sounded so bad. Like she was really thirsty, but the thought of having to like walk all the way downstairs and get some water she's like, oh, that's so far. And she actually fell, and she had the thought of that commercial, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Oh no.
And she's like only 36.
Wow.
So like, and then she like, even just the thought of sitting up, like once she was so bad that she was laying down and sleeping all the time, and she just like was so achy and tired all the time, and just it sounded terrible.
Yeah.
And I know you can be asymptomatic, but it's like, do you want to risk
and then like be a carrier and like
right, yeah. So yeah, it sounded pretty bad.
Yeah.
So was that the main bad guy?
I think so. I feel like he died too easily, but I think that's the end.
He had a lot of health.
Yeah, but he didn't it didn't take us that long to kill him though. I just know there was, in the 7th game of Fire Emblem, I just know like that final like boss guy, like, I don't know, maybe my people just didn't have the right items equipped, but like it took forever to kill that guy.
Irica, is that you?
Yeah, this poor guy. It was kind of his fault that he was possessed, but...
Oh, he was possessed?
Yeah, so he was kind of like responsible for this whole war and everything. But he wasn't in control most of the time because it was like this, actually, no, we've got to kill something else. That's right.
Yeah, it looks like we have to kill something else.
Because, yeah, so we've killed our friend now who's dead, but then now, like, whoever was possessing him, we've got to fight that guy now.
Okay.
That sounds right. I was like, yeah, that seemed too easy.
Gotta fight the devil.
Yeah, pretty much. That guy. He's got wings even.
Is that the Demon King? Oh, so he is the devil.
But is the devil the same as a Demon King? I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't know. Isn't the devil the king of the demons?
I don't know.
We have the sacred stone and we have each other.
Yeah.
How nice. McGlaris is here. Hey, Rice and Cookie.
Hi, McGlaris.
Hi, McGlaris.
How are you?
Beating this game once and for all.
We're actually beating it this time.
How's everything going for you, Mike Laris? And everyone else. I'm so inconsiderate. I keep forgetting to ask everyone. Everyone asks us how we're doing. Anyone who's watching, how are you doing? I'm so sorry. I should have asked earlier.
I think I've told you that sometimes, like, when I used to come home from the office and Argus would always say, "How was your day?" And I would, say however my day was. And I would say at least 50% of the time I wouldn't ask him how his day was because I just didn't think to. I'm like, wow, I'm really rude.
Though one of my podcasts had said that instead of saying, "How was your day?" instead of like reliving a day of boringness or stress or whatever, they said you should say, "How are you feeling right now?"
Okay.
Instead of "How was your day?"
Yeah.
Migler's just finished cleaning up nearly all of his silverware.
Wow.
So do you wash it by hand then?
So I say cleaning, do you mean like polishing too? Isn't that like something people do?
I think so. But we got tired of washing our silverware. So now we just don't. No, I'm kidding.
They use the dishwasher.
Yeah, so we, because before we were using the dishwasher, but we would wash all the silverware by hand because we would go through it too quickly. So we just wouldn't wash them in the dishwasher until it was time to wash everything else. So then we're like, okay, now we'll throw the silverware in. But now we decided that we're so sick of washing silverware that we throw it all in the dishwasher, and then if it's only half full, it's only half full, and it's fine. Oh, his dishwasher is broken.
Oh no.
Oh, that's sad.
That's
terrible. Have you tried? I don't even know how dishwashers work. But the thing is, so I'm gonna try and fix my refrigerator.
The one that's in the basement?
No. So the one up in, like the one that we're using, I think there's some pipe within the refrigerator or a hose, and I think it's filled with ice, because what's happening is the freezer is dripping into the refrigerator. So like the top shelf of the refrigerator keeps having puddles on it. And it's really annoying because then puddles get on top of our containers, and then you pull the container out and then water gets everywhere.
Right.
But the thing is, you have to thaw your freezer because the water has to thaw enough. And they say you can like pour hot water down there, but the thing is, it's going to take a while. I've been trying to slowly go through the freezer and get it as empty as we can get it so that we can just throw everything into coolers. And then maybe we'll turn the basement refrigerator on so that we can put all the refrigerated stuff down there just for like a day.
Yeah.
But it's been happening for months now.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's really annoying. So like I try not to put stuff on that top shelf.
Yeah.
Because it seems that the more stuff you have, the more water there is, but maybe it's just because there's just more things to get water on. I don't know. Oh, so Migleris said that his dishwasher's motor is broken, so he needs a new one. And he says it's 35 years old. That's a really old dishwasher. Yeah, you should get a new one, and it'll probably be more efficient.
It's true.
Use less energy and less water. Sounds like a good idea, but I know it's a big hassle to go to the store and get a new one. So we got a new stove like a year and a half or 2 years ago, and the thing is, our old stove was so small, and so this new one's a little bigger. So CU Tiger like ripped out a cabinet and built this like little makeshift wooden shelf, and we were thinking, oh yeah, well, we're going to do our kitchen renovation next year, so it'll be fine, then everything will work out. And then we haven't done it, so that little wooden shelf has been getting lots of use. Yeah, so the dishwasher came with the house, and it wasn't a priority for him. Needs a new washer and dryer and roof.
Oh
So,
gosh.
Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, we're using the washer and dryer that came with our house. And we have a backup pair because we're holding on to it for Cookie. So
Yeah.
if you lived closer, I would totally let you use this washer and dryer that's just sitting in my basement.
I mean, but we have a washer dryer unit.
Oh, he needed it. He doesn't need it now.
Oh, I
Okay.
see. Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the dishwasher thing sucks. My last apartment didn't have a dishwasher, and so we always had to wash everything by hand, and it was just super tedious. But now that was the thing. Like when we were looking for like our current apartment, I was like, I really want a dishwasher. So we have that, but the other thing we really wanted was air conditioning, and we did not get that. So you gotta take what you can, I guess.
Yeah, you have a little window unit.
Yep. So yeah, we have AC, but tiny little window unit. It's got a big apartment to cool down.
Yeah, I'm so glad that a couple of years ago I was like, we are getting air conditioning.
Yeah, no, that's a really good move.
Because this summer would have been like disastrous without it. Like working from home all the time too.
Yeah.
And Mailer says, you guys don't have air? Yuck, yuck, yuck.
Yeah, just a little AC unit.
Yeah. Yeah, our AC has definitely gotten use this year. I'm gonna let the dog into this room. I think she's just sitting in the hallway.
You can come in if you want. Or you can keep laying here. That's cool too.
Oh, she's just laying there, and then I pet her, and she rolled to look at me. I'm like, well, you don't look like you want to get up. Oh, here she comes. Oh, yeah. Can you see her?
Yeah, we can see her face. Hi, Ripley.
I really like her long nose. It's a great landing spot for kisses.
McGlaris wants his house to be around 74 degrees year round. It costs what it costs.
Yeah, 74 I think is good. So in the summer we keep the house at 76. Though at night I bring it down to 75 because I always like it a little cooler when I sleep. And then in the winter we keep it pretty cold. We keep it at 68. So I thought we kept our house cold. But then at Christmas time, we went down to Pittsburgh to visit CU Tiger's extended family. And we went to visit one of his mom's friends. And I was like, oh my gosh, this house is freezing. And I mean, I didn't tell her that, but she keeps her house at 62.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh, this is cold. But yeah, I don't really like going colder than 68 because then, because I used to keep it at 65, I think, but it was just really, really cold. What's a BIL?
Brother-in-law?
Oh, yeah. Wants his to be around 85 year round. I'm very glad to not pay that heating bill. Yeah. That would be really hot for the summer, or for the winter. Yeah, in the summer you wouldn't have to do anything. Just keep it as it is. Does your brother-in-law live in Florida? He should. Or California, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, 85 is really hot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for the winter time, we keep our apartment, I think around like 68. But then in the summertime, as I said, we just have this small AC unit. So like on the hot day, we just get it as cold as we can. And then for like, usually like if the high is 79, then we won't turn the AC unit on. But if it's hotter than that, usually we do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I usually turn ours on if it's going to be at least 80. So actually, I turned it on today. I don't know what it actually got up to today, but it felt kind of muggy and warm.
Yeah.
So it's Miglaris' brother-in-law, and he's Brazilian, and he was not okay with Midwest winters the first couple of years. Yeah, I wouldn't think so. I would imagine Brazil's quite a bit hotter. I'm gonna just look real quick here. What I like to do is I like to go to Wikipedia, and I just pick a random city, and then I look at their weather. So I'm gonna look at Rio, because that's one of the few Brazilian cities that I've heard of.
Just so you know, I was very concerned just now that Erica was going to die.
Oh! That wouldn't be good. Did we save?
Well, I mean, yeah, of course we saved. She survived, so that's good. But, because the thing is, I guess I should have these two, like, not on the front lines, because if anyone else dies, that's fine. I mean, it's not great, but, like, we can still win the game that way. But, yeah, that was bad on my part. Whoops.
Well, so looking at Brazil's weather, so that's interesting. This is interesting. So, I mean, Rio specifically. So the average high in the summer is like 86, 85.
Okay.
So like, you know, hot, but not unheard of. You know, it's more like, I don't know, I think you'd be even hotter in North Carolina in the summer.
Yeah.
But the thing is, so in the wintertime, so like, you know, our summer, their winter, it only gets down to 77. So they literally do not get cold weather. And looking at all their record lows, the lowest record low is 50.
Wow.
Which, I mean, it makes sense because they're near the equator.
Yeah.
But I still just find that surprising.
Yeah. That's not very cold at all.
No. Actually, looking at that weather, that looks like a really great spot for the Summer Olympics. Like, no wonder they picked Rio.
Yeah.
Because the summer, it's like upper 70s. I mean, still for me, a little warm for like doing hardcore exercise. But yeah, I think if I was gonna be like, you know, doing really vigorous exercise, I would want it to be probably upper 60s.
Yeah.
Maybe low 70s.
I was gonna say maybe even low 60s.
Potentially, yeah. Migler says, but very few people have AC or cooler, so inside temps are usually quite a bit higher. All right. Yeah, I bet you have more people outside then. Because around here on the really hot days, I'm like, well, time to go inside.
Yeah.
Because when it's that hot, if you have AC, you don't want to go outside.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I mean, but like my whole main reason for wanting AC was so that I could sleep better. Because the one summer we just had too many nights where I had trouble falling asleep because it was so hot. Well, I'd like to go to South America someday.
Yeah.
Once we're allowed to travel again. But I've got other places to go too, so.
Of course.
Who knows? Who knows when it'll happen?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe when I'm 50.
Crazy times. I think it'll be before you're 50, though. I mean, maybe I'm wrong.
I think so too.
Who
I
knows?
hope so. I mean, our parents haven't done that much traveling. I mean, they've been doing more recently since
we're all out of the house.
Yeah, since we're all out of the house. So McLaris has his AC at 74 after about 4 p.m. until 10. Then it switches to 85 until 4 p.m. What? You mean 4 a.m.?
No, like, just so that, like, it's nice and cold so that, like, he can fall asleep, and then it'll heat up throughout the day, and then it starts cooling down again.
I see. Yeah. Yeah, I think part of the reason why Mom and Dad didn't travel more is because they had 4 kids.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I mean, Laris doesn't worry about it when he wakes up. Yeah. Yeah, I keep it 74 for the duration, or 75 for the duration of the night. But it's nice because I can actually use the sheet. I mean, I'm not going to use the comforter, though Sea Tiger sometimes still does.
I feel like I haven't... We always have the sheet on the bed, but I haven't used it, at least for, like, falling asleep, in ages.
Yeah, I don't like that. I like having the sheet there. It protects me from the outside world.
I agree, but at this point, I'm just kind of like, it's hot, so...
Yeah.
So it works.
Well, back when we didn't have air conditioning, we didn't use the sheet. McLaris uses the comforter year-round. He usually has a winter and summer comforter that he switches, but not this year. Yeah, we just have the one comforter, but what we do is in the wintertime when it's really cold, we have an extra blanket that we throw on top of the comforter. So we really bundle up. Yeah, that is the thing that I do like about colder weather is that you don't sweat nearly as much. So you can actually, like...
That's my favorite thing.
You can, like, get all cozy, like, under the blankets, maybe have a cup of hot cocoa, wear some ski socks. Sometimes I fall asleep with socks on, but then I heard that that's not good for you or something.
Yeah, you're, like, not supposed to for whatever reason.
I think probably because you lose a lot of heat out of your feet, and so if you sleep in them, you can get overheated, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, you're not supposed to.
Yeah. McLaris has 3 layers of comforters, a couple for when it gets to -30 outside, when it's below 0, and when it's generally cold. Yeah, luckily, we don't have too many days where it's below 0. Because the lakes kind of temper our temperature a bit, so... Yeah, I don't know if we had any days below 0 last year. Last winter was really mild.
It was really mild. I don't think we did.
I'll look at Wikipedia just to see what our record lows are. It would help if I could spell. Climate. Oh, no, stop. So, for extremes... Okay, well, our record low has definitely gotten into the negatives many times. So apparently our record for January is -27, February is -29, March is -22, April is -15, and May is -4. And then there's also minus in October, November, December, but maybe I'll look it up. I don't know if I'm going to find it. It doesn't matter. In 2019, they hit minus 45 actual, minus 65 with the cold index. That is very cold.
Yeah.
So what, are you not allowed to go outside? Meglerus, do you guys get a lot of snow? Do they use the sand on the roads since the salt wouldn't really do anything if it's that cold? It was warmer on Mars. That's pretty bad.
Yeah. I feel like the coldest day I can remember was everyone, was calling it the polar vortex.
Oh yeah.
But I just remember being like, I had to go outside because I had to drive somewhere, but I had to brush off my car. And so I was like, my hands were freezing. My face was like the only thing that was exposed. And like, it felt like it was going to fall off. And that's the best way I can describe it. It was horrible.
During one of those polar vortexes, I had to get gas. I was not happy about it. I was like, pumping gas in this cold. It was not fun.
No.
Meglara says that there's special kinds of salt they use when it's under negative 20. Okay, cool. You can start getting frostbite in under 2 minutes at those temperatures. I would think under 30 seconds. Yeah, since we got Ripley, I had to update my outdoor clothing for walks. Because in the wintertime, I'm like, well, I need a good pair of boots because we get snow and a lot of times people don't shovel their sidewalks in time for me to walk. So I got winter boots, and then I got a long winter coat, and I also grabbed a pair of snow pants from my parents' house because I'm like, well, when it's really cold, I want snow pants. And then I also got rain boots too for when it rains. So if we were to get a second dog, we would probably use our backyard more often and just let them go out in the back. So we would maybe not walk as often because walking 2 dogs is a little more of a hassle. I don't know. I like the daily walks though. Ooh.
I know, he's pretty scary.
Femortis.
So am I even doing damage to him?
I don't know, it might be like Zelda where you gotta...
Oh, there it goes. It was just off the screen how much health he had.
Oh. Well, good. We got it so that it's in range.
Yeah. Just
And Meglaris used to have a set of clothes for outdoor winter camping when he was younger. I'm not big into... camping's something that I've never gotten into, but yeah, I would imagine that if you're going winter camping, that you would definitely want some nice warm clothes for that.
Yeah.
Argus says, good thing we invested so much in that archer.
No, she wasn't able to use her big fancy bow from far away. Because Argus doesn't think the archers are worth it, but I do. Yeah, I think we'll wait for you.
Miller says, but when I shot up to 6'10", everything didn't fit anymore, and it's much harder to use. Yeah. Yeah. 6'10" is pretty tall.
Yeah.
I'd imagine, yeah, the pants not quite fitting. And also hard to find, yeah. Yeah, you gotta custom make it. Or get someone to custom make it for you. But then that makes it more expensive. Oh, I was gonna say also in terms of like warm clothing, a couple of years ago, since we do keep our house pretty cold, I got a pair of fleece leggings for Christmas. And they get really warm. Like if you're wearing them for like a day that's not super cold, you start sweating and it's like I need to change to something different. But on the really cold days they're nice. Oh no, why are we getting more bad guys?
Because the game just doesn't want us to be happy. This is a lot more bad guys. And here I thought we were like
guys.
in the final stretch. I wish our people weren't asleep. I don't know if you saw that, but like, so this big like bat, you know, demon king guy, he put like all of these people to sleep, and that wasn't cool.
How do you wake them up?
Well, I've got like this one spell that this person now has, and so then so they can wake them up, but it's just a long process. It's all right.
Yeah.
We got this. We are like so close. So I'm kind of almost thinking we should just focus all of our energy in killing him, and then it'll just be over.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. So
I think it's a good idea.
yeah. So we're gonna go with that. Let's see. Sorry, we got this. Oh, but she would die.
We got this.
She would die. All right.
Erica.
Erica, go.
She does a good amount of damage.
Yeah. Yeah, she's doing good work. And then he'll be able to do a lot of damage too. Like, we got this.
We got this.
Like, he can kill him.
Nice. All right, Ephraim. Woo.
It's like, if this was an earlier level, I would insist we should kill all those other guys first to get the experience.
Of course.
But, you know, we're so close, so we had to just finish it. And I think that should be the true final boss. Yeah, so in the end, only one sacred stone remains. All the others were destroyed. So, kind of a bummer, but maybe it's for the best.
Is that how it's supposed to be, or did we just mess up?
No, that's how it's supposed to be.
Okay. Thanks, Kultish. Well,
Thank
really,
you.
it's Cookie who should say thanks, because I haven't done anything.
That's all right. But, because, like, I don't know. Originally, when I had thought, like, let's play Fire Emblem, I was like, yeah, maybe you could, like, help me figure out where to send people or something. But, like, no.
That's okay.
Yeah. Everyone's getting their 2 cents in here, which, like, we didn't even use, like, a lot of these characters. So,
Yeah.
but so now we are planning to play Donkey Kong Country next, right? As long as we can make sure it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should do a test run this weekend.
That sounds good.
Who's that kid? Who are any of these people? Well, I know.
Oh, that kid was in our group.
Oh.
And so was this guy on the right.
I recognize him.
Yeah, he's a beast. He started out really wimpy. It was a struggle, but it's worth it. And we used both of them, but like the guy on the left, he's the thief. And in general, like they're just very, they have low defense, but they're really good at dodging attacks. So like we used him, but like not a ton.
Yeah.
We used both of these guys.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't bother fighting all those other cronies.
Yeah, I mean, we could have done it. It just would have been riskier.
Well, but he probably would have kept, like, you know, keep bringing people back after that.
Yeah.
It would just be a never-ending thing.
Well, there's an epilogue for the story that we never really paid much attention to.
Oh my goodness.
It's time for me to be on my way, my friends. As the Princess of Rouston, I still have many duties to perform. Oh, Princess Irica. If it please you, I would be ever so delighted if you joined my tea club.
Tea club?
I know, that sounds fun. I insist that you come. Oh, say you will, won't you?
I would do a tea club.
I would too. I have much to do here in Johanna. I'll start with what can be done, and keep going from there. What a horrible sandy place. First I must talk to Mother. She should know that we've won, so that she can rest easily. His mom died. I don't know if you remembered, or I don't even know that you saw, but she did
I don't know
die.
if I saw it either.
We of Freya will do what we can to aid in the restoration of Renai. If you have need of our assistance, you have but to ask. I seldom trust people who act from purely altruistic motives. But I'll grant you that friendships are a worthy exception to my distrust. Did you want to do any reading?
Sure. We finally made it home, haven't we? Oh.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
You must be exhausted after the journey. Shall we rest, Irica?
That would be nice. But first, we must seal this away. This stone banished the Demon King. With such power, do you suppose we could bring back Father and Leon? Leon? Is that it? Lion?
I would say Leon. I don't know.
That everyone who died in this dreadful war could be...
Irica.
Could be... I know. Such things would be... I cannot wish for such things. No matter how it hurts, or rather because it hurts. We must learn to accept sorrow. We must take it into our hearts and tame our grief.
Irica. Tell me, sister, if Leon were here with us, what do you think he would want?
What he would want? Yes. You see, I think I know. It was the reason for his studies. It's why he wanted to know about the sacred stones, or rather, the fire emblem. Let's take Leon's dreams and fulfill them in his stead. We can do that, can't we? Without relying on any mystic power? You're right, brother.
I didn't know if I should take over.
I thought it was still her, and I'm like, why is she like talking to herself?
You switched, and so I was even thinking about like switching back over to her. You're right, brother. We can.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. Let us fulfill his dreams. As Leon wanted, as we all want. So we may live in peace and joy.
Yeah, I was like, why is she talking to herself? He's right there. He can talk.
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
Yep.
All right. Well, good game, Cookie.
Yep, so that's Fire Emblem.
Sacred stones.
Sacred stones. These are some fun little pictures.
Yeah.
Show us the good times.
Good old days of fighting monsters.
Mm-hmm. You know, the cool thing with these games is just that since there are so many characters, like, you could play it again and just do totally different characters and see, like, if you like some people more or worse or whatever.
That's true.
Keeps it fresh.
The story would be the same, but as you've said, people don't play Fire Emblem for the story.
No. I mean, you could always do Ephraim's story because, you know, we had that choice.
That's true.
But it's all right. I was cool with doing Irika's story.
Mm-hmm. Next time, next coronavirus, we'll do Ephraim's story.
Yeah. Oh, you know, I meant to tell you, so a game that we could play in the future, like when we're back to streaming in person, apparently there's another Donkey Kong Country game that's on the Game Boy Advance.
Okay.
So the thing that's very different about it is just that, like, you have like a smaller field of view kind of thing. But I thought we should try it sometime.
I'd be up for that. I like Donkey Kong.
Yeah. Those were some pretty short credits.
They were really short.
Yeah. Oh, are you? My name is Leon. Uh-huh, that's me. The son of the Emperor. You're Prince Ephraim and Princess Irika from Renai, aren't you? I heard you were coming, and I've been waiting here all day. I've always wanted... I don't have any friends my own age. Poor kid. So Prince Ephraim, Princess Irika, what do you say? From now on, let's be friends. That's a pretty, kind of a weird first introduction to someone, but it's alright.
Yeah.
This is kind of fun. You can see how many turns it took for all the chapters.
Are the really short ones like the training ones?
The thing is, I didn't even think the train ones were, like, that short, but probably. Oh, this is nice. They tell us what happened to each character. But we don't care about this guy. We never used him.
That's right.
I mean, I don't know if it was a trap to use him. I just thought it seemed like he's too powerful at the beginning, and that's not a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
Franz the Faithful. I didn't realize he was the Faithful.
So it's going to do this for all the characters?
Yeah. You know, they did this with, like, Suikoden 3, and there were 108 characters to pay attention to.
That is true.
Silence Gilliam. It's like they didn't even try with either the first or the last name.
Wise counselor.
Yeah. We used him for a little bit. And then I said, we don't need 2 healers, so I picked one. And it wasn't him.
Nice.
Yeah.
We used her.
We did? So while we don't need 2 healers, we do need 2 Pegasus Knights.
Mm-hmm. His father's son.
Yeah, that's...
That's just lazy.
Yeah. The Warrior Reborn. But there we go.
Yeah. Donkey Kong next.
And then I was thinking too, because you don't have Mario Kart or any of those, do you?
No.
Okay.
We have Super Smash. And we have Let's Go Eevee.
Okay. So, I mean, because I have a few for the Nintendo Online. So, like,
You
once
what?
once we finish Donkey Kong, we could play one of the other ones that they have available.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah.
He was our healer, right?
No, he was a light magic user.
Okay.
Yeah. No, our healer was a girl that had like blonde hair.
Oh yeah, in the hood.
Yeah.
She's a prodigy.
Yeah, I mean, she was pretty good. She didn't quite make the final team because, like, I think we had 3 extra people that were in our typical lineup, but we didn't have enough people to include them all, so she was left behind. It was sad, but I think it was the right move. He was also left behind.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring him along, but I thought it was too important to have. I mean, maybe we didn't need the archer, but I wanted to bring the archer, and then I also wanted to make sure we had 2 magic users and a healer. Maybe we didn't need the dancer, but she came in handy, so.
We never used him, did we?
No. I was like, I don't even recognize this guy, but he's the Wilds Knight, so that's kind of fun.
But he's an artist.
Wow.
Oh, but he regretted his career change.
For real, I don't recognize this guy. Maybe he was someone we could have recruited, but didn't.
Could be.
Yeah. I thought there was only one person we missed, but I don't know. Maybe we missed Kyle too. Yeah, that's our second flyer. We didn't use her, like, ever. I recruited her, and then I never used her.
Is she a Pegasus Knight too?
She is. But we already had 2, so I didn't think we needed a third.
Yeah.
It's tough because, like, once you recruit someone of a certain type early on, it's like you already invest quite a bit into them, so you kind of hate to, like, take on a new person.
It's how Pokemon are too.
Yeah. Especially if you catch one that's, like, a much lower level, and it's like... Oh, gosh. It told us that he died. Whoops.
I saw that.
I'm sure that was our bad. He probably could have lived.
Did we leave him behind?
I don't remember anyone dying, but I guess he did. I don't know.
Yeah, we should have just let all these people die and then we wouldn't have to watch all of this.
Yeah, but you never know who's going to be important.
Yeah.
We've got to find out what happened to Erica and Ephraim.
Yes, they're the most important.
Yeah. I had thought, like, what if they... Because when they got back to the castle, I was like, what if at this point they decided to duel? Like, who's going to be the leader of the country? That wouldn't happen, but, you know, if it was a more cutthroat, like, city, kingdom, whatever they live in, it could have happened.
I'm sure it could.
Yeah. I think Ephraim would win in a fight. Just because, like, looking at their stats, like, Iriko was good, but, like, she was never great. And I feel like Ephraim, he just had better stats. So I think he would win. Oh, did you watch a movie this past week? I didn't ask you earlier.
Yes. We finally watched Rise of Skywalker.
That's right, you did tell me that. That's right.
Not on stream, but I told you off stream.
Right.
And I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I was pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I liked it. The movie that we watched this week was Dark Places. So, Dark Places is a book that's written by the same author as Gone Girl.
Okay.
So I read that one like ages ago, and then the movie's on Netflix. So we watched that. And
was the movie good?
Yeah, I thought. To me, I don't know if it's just because like with Gone Girl, I remembered more of what happened or like what, but I think I like the story of Dark Places better.
Okay.
But like I remember that when I was reading it, like I wasn't that into it, but then like I find myself now like looking back on it and being like, huh, it's a pretty good book, you know? So I think it's one of those things where like the more you read it and like think about it, then you like it better.
Well, maybe I should read that one too.
Yeah, I thought it was worthwhile. I think she wrote one other book, and I haven't read that yet. I don't even know what it's called, but I'll read it sometime. Finally, Ephraim.
I think we have a spam thing.
Yeah, that certainly looks like it.
Yeah. Big
Yeah.
fallows. Well, we're not going to be famous, you, William.
I feel like, you know, their stories are just kind of like, yeah, they saw the reconstruction effort and like,
Yeah.
I don't
It's
really know
kinda
what
boring.
I wanted, but I guess, I don't know, I feel like that wasn't worth the wait. But
Yeah.
there it
That's
is.
okay.
We finished Fire Emblem, the Sacred Stones. Woo!
Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... Oh, yeah, I was just going to ask you if you watched the movie, but you just said Dark Places.
Yeah. I didn't say though, last week we had watched Star Trek, The Return of Khan, or The Wrath of Khan. It's the second Star Trek movie with like the original cast of like the original series. But lots of people say it's the best one of, you know, that series of movies. And yeah, it's pretty good. There were a lot of things, because I had seen it once before, and there were a lot of things I had forgotten, so I liked it better this watch through.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching.
Yeah.
We will be back again next week, and we're going to be playing Donkey Kong, brand new game.
Hopefully.
And hopefully we'll both be playing together instead of just Cookie.
Yep. That'll be nice. It's always so, like, you know, just playing.
Kosher says that one's his favorite. The Donkey Kong on Switch?
Well, because we have played it before, because it's just Donkey Kong Country.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it was just like a new Donkey Kong.
No, well, because like Nintendo Online has like some retro games that you can play with other people that have Nintendo Online, and so one of those is Donkey Kong Country. So we have beaten it on stream, but we actually don't have any of it recorded because it was before we had our current setup. So
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
So yeah, stay tuned for that, everyone.
All right. Are you breaking quarantine for the episode?
No,
Nope,
because
we are going to keep doing it distance.
yep, because you can play it online. Apparently, we have to test it out. So,
Oh, Culture said Wrath of Khan is his favorite.
oh yeah, gotcha. Yeah, Wrath of Khan's a good one. I think I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm young and I like the flashier, like new Star Trek movies. But Wrath of Khan's a good one for sure. There's one that's like there's a whale in it and it's like really stupid. But Wrath of Khan's good.
All right. Well, have a good week, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Yep. Thank you for watching. Okay. Bye.
Bye.